Buckle up, folks, because this legal brawl between Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z has turned into something straight out of a blockbuster movie. And when I say drama, I'm talking big drama. The kind that makes you grab your popcorn and cancel your plans just to keep up. If you thought the first few rounds of this fight were wild, just wait until you hear what's been going down lately. We're going deep into the accusations, counterclaims, courtroom chaos, and all the spicy details that have turned this into the most talked about legal battle of the year. Let's get into it. By now, you already know that Tony Buzbee, the high-powered Houston attorney, has been making headlines for his legal war against Jay-Z. But this thing has spiraled way past a simple lawsuit. We're talking reputation, credibility, and a legal chess match where both sides are making serious moves like they're playing for the championship title. So how did we even get here? Let's take it back to the beginning. Tony Buzbee, known for his flashy style and love for high-profile cases, jumped into the spotlight when he filed a bombshell lawsuit on behalf of a woman accusing Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs of. The allegations were jaw-dropping, claims that the happened back in 2000 during an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards. Naturally, the accusations sent shockwaves through the media, the public, and pretty much anyone with a Twitter account. When you have two of the biggest names in hip-hop involved, you already know the internet was about to go crazy. But then, plot twist, the accuser suddenly withdrew her lawsuit out of nowhere. Just like that, poof, gone. "I have made some mistakes," the woman said in an interview with NBC, although she stood by her allegations overall.
"I have made some mistakes," she said. "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me." The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false.
There were several inconsistencies raised in her report, one of them being that her father did not remember picking her up as she had claimed. The woman also said that she spoke to Good Charlotte guitarist Benji Madden the night that she was, but he has said he was not in New York at the time. And that's when things really started to get suspicious. People immediately started asking questions. Was there a lack of evidence? Was there some kind of outside pressure? Was this a money grab? Nobody had clear answers, but the rumor mill was working overtime. And then, because of course this story wasn't wild enough, recordings surfaced that allegedly showed the accuser admitting that Buzbee pressured her into filing the lawsuit. Yeah, you heard that right. These recordings supposedly capture her saying she was hesitant and even hinting that the allegations weren't entirely truthful. According to ABC News, the recording was between the woman, identified as a Jane Doe, and two private investigators associated with Jay-Z. "He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him, with Jay-Z," the woman is heard saying. "Buzbee did?" the investigators asked. "Yeah," the woman replied. Buzbee has since denied all claims that he coerced the woman into bringing the case and called it a blatant lie. As far as the suggestion that I pushed Jane Doe to bring a case against Jay-Z, that is a blatant lie that is directly contrary to all the documentary evidence, Buzbee said in a statement provided to ABC News. Jane Doe, in a sworn declaration, said she stands by her claims and dropped her lawsuit because of fear of intimidation and retaliation from Jay-Z and his fans. She also denied telling the investigators that Buzbee sought her out as a client or that he encouraged her to pursue a false claim against Jay-Z. She said she felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted on her doorstep and that the investigators knew her name and address. If those recordings are legit, Buzbee's looking at a serious problem. This wouldn't just be an oops moment. It could mean legal repercussions, a major hit to his reputation, and possibly even the end of his career. Lawyers can get away with a lot, but coercing someone into making false accusations, that's a career killer. Jay-Z wasn't about to sit around and let this slide. He came out swinging, filing a massive defamation lawsuit against both the accuser and Tony Buzbee. And when I say massive, I mean $20 million massive. That's right. Jay-Z claimed that these false accusations caused major damage to his personal and professional life, and he wasn't about to just take that hit without fighting back. According to his legal team, Buzbee orchestrated a full-blown scheme designed to extort money and ruin Jay-Z's reputation. So now, the tables had turned and the heat was on Buzbee. But hold on, because the drama still isn't over. In a separate but equally embarrassing situation, Buzbee found himself in yet another mess when he had to withdraw from a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs. And why, you ask? Because he wasn't even authorized to practice law in the Southern District of New York, where the case was filed. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. A high-profile attorney, taking on one of the biggest cases of his career, somehow forgot to make sure he was allowed to practice in that jurisdiction. The withdrawal came after a federal judge signed an order saying Buzbee had not been permitted to practice law in the Southern District of New York. The order went on to say Buzbee should file a letter by March 18th, explaining why he failed to notify the court about his inability to practice law in the Southern District of New York and propose steps to rectify it. In a letter to the U.S. District Judge Ronnie Abrams, Buzbee says he made an error in judgment by failing to inform him that he wasn't eligible to practice law in the Southern District of New York. The letter said, "I now seek to remedy this error by withdrawing my representation of the plaintiff in this matter, pending the resolution of my admission to this court. As an attorney in good standing of the New York State Bar, the Texas State Bar, and your sister district, the Bar for Eastern District of the State of New York, I believe I am eminently qualified and should not be precluded from representing the plaintiff in this action. At this time, however, my admission status has become a distraction that has shifted the focus of the matter away from where it should be, which is securing justice for the plaintiff. This was a huge misstep. Not only did it make Buzbee look sloppy, but it also gave his critics all the ammo they needed to question his competence. If you're out here filing lawsuits against billionaires, the least you can do is make sure you have the right paperwork, right? His opponents wasted no time roasting him for this mistake, calling him reckless and suggesting that maybe he wasn't as sharp as he claimed to be. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, because let's be real, this situation is already a legal circus, Buzbee decided to go on the attack. He started throwing out accusations that Jay-Z was bribing people to come forward with fabricated claims against him. According to Buzbee, shady individuals posing as investigators were approaching his clients, offering them money to dish out dirt on him. He even released what he claimed were transcripts of these conversations. If true, that's some next level, straight out of a movie type of sabotage. But a lot of people weren't buying it. Some saw this as a desperate attempt to deflect from his own problems and shift the narrative. At this point, public opinion is all over the place. When the allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy first came out, people were shocked. The accusations were serious, and for a while, the public wasn't sure what to believe. But as more details started emerging, especially the recording suggesting the accuser was pressured, people started looking at Buzbee real differently. His credibility took a major nosedive, and his reputation started crumbling before our eyes. And let's be real, the dude doesn't exactly have a reputation for being low-key. He loves the spotlight, thrives on media attention, and has never shied away from a dramatic legal battle. But now, instead of being seen as a sharp, relentless attorney, he's looking more like a guy who's willing to bend or straight up break the rules to get what he wants. Jay-Z, on the other hand, has been playing it smart. Instead of going on a rant or clapping back online, he's letting his legal team, led by powerhouse attorney Alex Spiro, handle business. And so far, that approach seems to be paying off. The focus has completely shifted away from the original allegations and onto Buzbee himself. Spiro has been relentless, filing motions to dismiss the original lawsuit and calling out Buzbee's questionable legal tactics. Right now, the legal battle is still raging. Jay-Z's defamation lawsuit is in full swing, and investigations into Buzbee's alleged misconduct are ongoing. If those recordings of the accuser being pressured turn out to be real, Buzbee could be in serious trouble. We're talking potential sanctions from the state bar, civil liability, or even criminal charges. Yeah, it's that bad. Buzbee's reputation is already on life support, and his withdrawal from the Diddy case didn't help. The whole situation makes him look either careless or like someone who thought he could cut corners and get away with it. And if the accusations about coercing a client into filing false claims hold up, well, that's game over for him. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's move to file a countersuit is being seen as a power move. He's not just trying to clear his name, he's making it clear that he's not going to let people use the legal system to try and shake him down. And in an era where false accusations can destroy careers, that's a statement a lot of people respect. The media has been eating this story up from day one, and honestly, who can blame them? This case has everything: celebrity drama, shocking twists, legal battles, and enough behind-the-scenes scheming to make a House of Cards writer jealous. At first, the headlines were all about the allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy, but now the narrative has completely flipped. The big conversation now is about the ethics of attorneys, how the legal system can be manipulated, and what happens when lawyers get way too comfortable playing dirty. So where does this all end? Right now, that's anyone's guess. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And as the legal battle continues to unfold, you better believe we'll be here, keeping you updated on every single twist and turn. So stay tuned, because if history has taught us anything, it's that this case is only gonna get wilder.